is here.
Any questions?
Representing Tom Barrett. Neither Mayor Barrett or the governor is going to come in. So you guys have at it. Phil's going to go first, and Sierra Matthews is here representing the governor.
You want him?
So Phil, go ahead.
Well, if there are any questions, I can take them off the bat. Right away, I would say that this was a strong performance by Tom Barrett this evening. Clearly showed the contrast in this election. He was very clear on the issues of jobs, on trust, on integrity, and just delivered a very compelling vision for the state's future. At the same time, the governor continued to duck questions not just on ethics, but on his out-of-state travel and whether or not he's catering toward the national right-wing elite as a conservative rock star and putting his own career first instead of putting the people of Wisconsin first. I'll take any questions.
Why did he decline to meet with us?
He's on his way home. He's got family time tomorrow. His daughter's graduating, and it's a late evening. He will be on the trail tomorrow and happy to grab anyone who is interested.
It seemed like the mayor was on the offense right off the bat. Was that part of the strategy to immediately, it seemed like he was mostly talking about the governor's record and not his own?
Well, he answered questions about his record as mayor of Milwaukee several times. This is a referendum on the governor. He is the one facing recall. He is the one that 1 million people signed signatures to bring this election to bear. So it stands to reason that we're going to talk about his record, his failure on jobs, his ethics issues and the investigation issues, and a whole host of other failures, be it on education funding and dividing our state. So it's no surprise that we will be talking about the governor's record in this race.
Why did your candidate win the debate?
Tom Barrett won this debate because he led a very compelling vision about where he would take the state and also why the past year and a half of Governor Walker and his divisive agenda has been a failure for Wisconsin. On jobs, on integrity, on ethics, on putting himself first instead of the people of Wisconsin. This is the Walker legacy after 18 months, and this is why we need a new leadership in the state of Wisconsin.
Where is he taking the state?
Where's the mayor?
Yes.
The governor?
Barrett, if he wins the governorship.
Tom Barrett is going to be a governor who is going to put the people of Wisconsin first, not his own political career. He's going to focus on jobs in a way we haven't seen this governor focus on jobs. And he's going to end the ideological civil war and the divide and conquer mentality that has cast this state into political turmoil for a year and a half.
Mayor Barrett is far more aggressive in this campaign than he was in 2010. Why is that?
I think that he's always had a very impassioned approach on the campaign trail, whether in 10 or in 12. I think his joke is that obviously in a Tea Party year, it's hard to give the William Jennings Bryan Cross of Gold speech in a room of 4 people. I think everyone, there's more energy across the board for everyone. And especially after seeing what this governor has done for the past year and a half, there's a hunger and enthusiasm for a change and a new direction forward.
Did he cut into those 5 or 6 points?
I'm sorry?
Did he cut into the 5 or 6% point lead that the governor has over Barrett right now?
I think anyone who was watching this debate tonight saw who was the better choice for Wisconsin on every single issue, and that was Tom Barrett. 1 or 2 more questions, please.
Does he plan on issuing, the Walker campaign says he doesn't have a plan. Is he putting one out?
Well, I think he's been specific on a number of issues. If you recall, back in 2010, he put forth a comprehensive jobs plan that was 67 pages long that focused on manufacturing, agriculture, small business, high-tech and biotech, venture capital. The governor, during that 2010 race, mocked him with a 68-page plan full of blank pages. He talked specifically about how he would have done things differently in the budget situation. Instead of giving away massive tax breaks to the super-rich and corporations, he would have focused more on the priorities that mattered most. So the mayor has been very specific about the issues in this campaign and has shown clear contrast as to why he's a better choice. One more question.
Respecting your point, sir, that it's a mandate on the incumbent governor, it does behoove Barrett, doesn't it, though, to be more proactive in making more the focus about what he plans to do once he's in office as opposed to making it basically an attack on Walker the entire evening?
Well, as I said before, we're here at this juncture in time in Wisconsin because of the actions of this governor and the fact that 1 million people signed petitions to call this election to essentially fire the governor. So we're going to talk about his record. His record is the one that we're focused on.
But what about the replacement coming in? Doesn't the successor have an onus to say proactively what he plans to do?
I think he has. He's laid out a jobs vision that's very specific on a number of key points that I just shared with Bill. He's talked about the different priorities and balancing a budget. He's talked about how he would go about on the issue of worker rights. He's talked about how he would restore education funding. So he's talked about the issues in a very positive way. Okay, thanks everybody.
Excuse me, your candidate has called out Walker on out-of-state support, and Walker contends that Barrett's money is coming from out-of-state as well, from labor unions. Can you talk about the difference, if there's any, between those?
Yeah, absolutely. 85% of all of Tom's money has come from inside the state. Tom has not left the state once during the course of this campaign, except when his driver took a wrong turn off the exitway on La Crosse and ended up in Minnesota for about 10 minutes. So it's been clear that he has been focused on Wisconsin this entire race. He's stayed in the state the entire time during this campaign, and the overwhelming bulk of his resources have come from people in Wisconsin at a low dollar level.
12% of Milwaukeeans are Latinos. Why should they vote for Barrett?
I think that Tom Barrett is someone who has always talked about issues important to the Hispanic and Latino community. As a member of Congress, as a mayor, he's worked proactively with the Latino community and has always been a partner, an open door. And I think that you'll see that a lot of the Latino representatives and leadership and even Latino people have always been very strong supporters of the mayor. Okay, thanks everybody.
You around?